Hey, parents of incoming freshmen, I'm really, really excited that your students are going to be coming into high school ministry. But I also want to acknowledge a few things that I'm guessing that you're feeling because I'm right there with you. I've got the parent of an I'm the parent of an incoming freshman. Emma is going to be a freshman in high school this year too. And first of all, I wonder like, hey, when did this happen, right? Like, how did this? Like, they were just in middle school, and so I don't know if this is like your first student, your first child that's going into high school, someone in the middle, or if this is your last one. But it's all it kind of hits you all of a sudden, especially when we didn't get to really finish school in a normal way, and so I know it's different. I also want to say that church is one of those many things that you're trying to figure out how it's going to work with the rhythm of your family in the fall. And so I get it. And we want to come alongside of you and make things as simple as we can. And so you'll see in the email here, we've got things like groups that people can register for because we want to put them in homes on Sunday nights as much as we can. When they're in homes, we want them to be outside. We want to try to limit our exposure inside as much as possible. Roughly once a month is be what the rhythm comes to. We'll have all of high school come here to church, and we'll do a worship service and things like that. But that's still we're going to still involve outside as well. Masks always are going to be required here at church. They'll need to take them with them each time they go to a home, but hopefully, in some ways, they'll never be in a home at all. Um, but let me also just say what we're talking about developmentally. The word that we used for middle school is affirm. And I always say this like you could never over affirm a middle school student. And you affirm them, their character, and what you see God doing in them. In high school, it's not that we forget to affirm, that just is built in. But we use this word called mobilize. And what we're meaning by that is that now that your high schooler is in high school, now that this middle school student that you thought you had, now that they're in high school, we become more aware that the clock really is ticking until the time they leave home. And now, while we're not wanting to rush past that, we also want to be intentional about how do we prepare them to leave home? How do we mobilize their faith? And so when we talk about what it means to be a disciple of Jesus, you'll hear this a lot around Pleasant Valley. It means that we know Jesus, we love Jesus, we serve Jesus, and we share Jesus. Those four elements. And what I think a lot of us do is we get pretty comfortable knowing Jesus and loving Jesus, at least what we think that is right. But then what happens is that we become a little bit more hesitant when it comes to serving Jesus and sharing Jesus. So when mobilizing our faith, we want students to become more comfortable serving. And serving looks a lot of different ways. It can be in church, in the community, in the family. And sharing Jesus, obviously, is like we want people to get comfortable just saying the name of Jesus. Like it should be normal for people to speak of Jesus. And we want to help them do that. So those are just a few things on the developmental side. August 23rd is when we'll kick off here at church. We'll do that on August 23rd and August 30th. Those are pretty much large group formats. As small group leaders start to come into the mix, we'll be connecting them and those type of things. But then on Labor Day weekend, we won't meet physically at church or in a home, but there'll be some virtual things that will be going out. But the first time they'll be in a home, I think, is September the 13th, the Sunday after Labor Day. So we still have some time to figure out what all that looks like. Those home sizes are going to be smaller, all those kind of things. So all that to say, make sure that you look at the link in here for registering your kid for a community group. And also, just because it's so hard and the value of getting something in the mail right now, it feels like it's lifted because they get enough email messages, all that kind of stuff. We want to send your incoming freshman a swag pack. And so a new HSM shirt, maybe a vintage one, stickers, favorite candy bar, those kind of things. So there's also a link to make sure that you fill that out as well, so we know a little bit of info about your incoming freshman, and we know where to mail it. So until then, I hope you have a great time. Please feel free to email me, brad@pleasantvalley.org, if you have any questions. I want to help walk with you as much as I can individually through this. Anything that you might have, any questions that you might have. But right now, our options for high school students are going to be on Sunday nights. Once a month it's going to be here in the home, and we have that schedule laid out. Or once a month they'll be here at the church, and then the other times it'll be in a home. And so those are the things that we have. We hope to add some things along the way, but that's where we're going to start as we kick off the fall. So I hope you have a great week as we enjoy maybe an extended summer before we kick off school. And I hope to see your freshmen here next Sunday night. We'll have a funnel cake food truck, corn dogs, funnel cakes, all that kind of stuff. We'll have a good time. We'll also get to worship together, and then I'll preach from the book of Habakkuk as we kick off the fall. We'll see you soon. Hope you have a great week. Let me know if you have any questions. Goodbye.